Welcome back, everybody. You were watching Probably a Disney, and let me tell you, it has been a big day for Disney Park news. From President Trump praising Disney's latest plans to Bob Iger commenting on the company's first ever modern castle, to just who from Walt Disney World and Walt Disney Imagineering is reportedly key to Disneyland Abu Dhabi, and then what I really want to discuss, which is several exciting developments that happened at Walt Disney World today. But I gotta be honest, I am preparing for a trip to Orlando as we speak, where I'm covering the opening event for Universal Epic Universe for my non-YouTube job. So I gotta cover all this ground in rapid fire fashion. So consider this video like a lightning lane premiere pass to the latest Disney park news from today. And I'm gonna start with the international news and then end with my personal favorite and probably yours too, the Disney World news. All right, news story number one. As reported by Forbes, Disney CEO Bob Iger has been talking about Disneyland Abu Dhabi's truly unique design for its castle. And no, this is not a placeholder. This is not merely a concept. This is what Disney is going for, with Iger confirming that Disneyland Abu Dhabi will have the first real modern castle the company has ever built. And that's a big deal, and it has me thinking Disneyland Abu Dhabi may actually be more like Epcot with a modern icon and aesthetic than, say, Walt Disney's original theme park vision, which has been replicated around the globe. So Imagineering truly has a blank slate in front of them, and that's very interesting, very exciting, and for some maybe a little bit controversial. But I think I may be on to something with that Epcot comparison, because news story number two, Forbes reported the three key figures driving this project, which include Imagineering CCO Bruce Vaughn, as expected, Senior Creative Executive Tom Fitzgerald, another Imagineering veteran, and Imagineer Zach Ridley, who helmed Epcot's multi-year transformation that is arguably still kind of ongoing and unfortunately maybe one of Disney's biggest disappointments in years. Now, Ridley's involvement makes sense in that he is currently Disney's Senior Vice President of Global Strategy, and the Disney brass loves taking victory laps over Cosmic Rewind's popularity. But still, Epcot, or recent Epcot, was not one of Disney's finer moments. Now, it's not to say that's Ridley's fault, because the budget was obviously cut and the pandemic hit in the middle of construction. However, the more executive, minimalist style of Epcot that we have now likely came from Ridley, and it's not overly Disney. Or at least this project wasn't. So I think this may be what we should be thinking about when it comes to Abu Dhabi Disneyland. And I would not be surprised if some scrapped Epcot plans are finally realized here instead of in Orlando. Okay, news story number three. As I mentioned in my own Disneyland Abu Dhabi video, I thought this decision was relatively recent, and it seems like I was right. Yes, Disney has been considering the Middle East for nearly a decade as a site for a new park, and according to new reports today, Iger actually vetoed Saudi Arabia as a potential location at one point. Still, Abu Dhabi's Yas Island as the home for a new Disney park reportedly hasn't been official all that long, and I wonder if it was agreed upon to help Disney's position in the US economy, because President Trump today in Abu Dhabi said that Bob Iger had been in his office and showed him the plans. Personally, I think the concept of Disney making money off of a foreign country instead of the other way around is likely appealing to current leadership. In this way, Disney is killing two birds with one stone in that they have a lucrative deal when they need it most, and government approval during an uncertain time when it comes to doing business overseas. And I would not be shocked if tariffs maybe came up during this chat. After all, Disney Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro said this week they had people working on tariffs. Maybe those people was Bob. Now let's get to Walt Disney World with news story number 4, and this is exciting stuff in my opinion. First of all, The Little Mermaid: A Musical Adventure, which opens at Hollywood Studios on May 27th, finally gained its marquee, and I think it looks fantastic. Disney has been spotlighting the show on social media all week, and I love the layered, scrapbooky, mixed media aesthetic they're going for, which will frame the stage as well as the sign. My favorite detail so far, an Imagineer shared with Disney that the texture and pattern of the bridesmaid's dress from her mother's wedding made it into the textured background of this frame, as did her own embroidery, as well as actual Little Mermaid concept art. Basically, details are the name of the game with the show. More to come on that, I'm sure. Secondly, as reported by WDW Magic, the Sunset Showcase building at Hollywood Studios, which is going to be the home of Villains Unfairly Ever After and is also opening on May 27th, gained a bold new color scheme today, and it's going to look like, or is believed to look like, the breaking of a mirror. That's those lines and fragments you're seeing, as the show is about the Disney villains who were trapped in the Magic Mirror's realm. Typically, though, this building is that blue color that blends with the sky, but apparently Disney really wants guests to see this show building, and it also means the show's marquee is likely on the way as well. Finally, we are seeing some progress for Disney's new but delayed Magic Kingdom Nighttime Parade, Disney's Starlight Dream the Night Away. As reported by Blog Mickey, floats we're seeing being transported to the Magic Kingdom by truck, and one concealed float in particular looks like it might be for Tangled, which would be a surprise float since Disney hasn't announced that one yet. By the way, Blog Mickey noted that the current theory is that this parade will finally debut the second week of July. If so, we should be getting confirmation soon. So there you have it. Like I said, it's been quite a news day for the Disney parks, and again, I apologize for rushing through this one, but I felt these stories were too good not to share or at least comment on. And if you do want further info on any of them, do check out Forbes, Blog Mickey, and WW Magic. It is important to cite your sources, and that is what I'm doing. But here's the deal. I want to know what you think of the Imagineering team Disney is assembling for Disneyland Abu Dhabi. Do you like the idea of a modern castle? Do you agree that it may be kind of Epcot-esque? And which of Walt Disney World's upcoming summer attractions are you most excited for? Villains, Little Mermaid, or Starlight Parade? But if you enjoyed today's video and love Disney Park news as much as I do, I would so appreciate if you would give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. But in the meantime, thank you for taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a magical day.